What is it about taping up the first moving box and pulling out the packing paper that makes your house a complete mess right away? This is my current reality. Luckily, daughter Heather is here helping me with this new adventure. She's been so sweet. She was watching the little critters while I was gone, and now she's helping me pack. As you can see, just about every surface is covered with schmutz and boxes and everything else. Everything just sort of jumps out of the cupboards when you start packing to move. And remember a few months ago, I confessed that I was a bit of a yarn, I don't know, junkie or something. This is my yarn collection, which I have to sell because I can't fit it in my car. I don't want to ship it. Look at all that beautiful yarn. Someone's going to really luck out and get a great deal on it. Day 4 of packing. You know, I really do enjoy my house being tidy. That's just the way I do it. It just helps me think and be more relaxed. So, in general, when you come by my place, things are going to be put away and, it's going to look pretty put together. That is not the reality I'm living right now. As you can see behind me, there's stuff everywhere. That's what we're doing right now. I have my master closet pretty much all cleaned out. You can see I just have the clothes that I'm going to take with me on the drive to South Carolina and that I'll have for the first few days. And you can see that the closet is pretty much empty from there, which, oh my gosh, makes me feel so good. Satisfying to have this done. Except I now have about 4 million hangers that I have to find a home for. And this is my skincare collection. Look at all this stuff. And I am only taking my vehicle and my animals. So I'm going to have to go through this and decide what to keep, what not to keep, and then pack up just one box full of my favorites. How am I going to decide, you guys? I don't know. Dex the cat is in the middle of everything. He's jumped in every single box. Now I'm going to tackle my skincare closet. This is in my bathroom, in the master bathroom where I'm living now. And you can see I have a pretty full arrangement of skincare, a little bit of hair care, body care, that sort of thing. So this is what's going to get packed up today. When I first organized this several months back, it was pretty organized. So you can see I have buckets for things like serums and moisturizers and sunscreens and cleansers and that sort of stuff. It's gotten a little bit unorganized over the last few months, but time to get this in boxes so it can go travel with me. Well, that's everything from the ordinary and city beauty on to the next. I have my foot masks and my face masks. I got to start doing more face masks. I always enjoy them. I never think to do them. Okay, I'm going to hold these 4 out because I'm going to do them before I leave. I've got to get in the face mask habit. These are my derma rollers, and I'll tell you, of all the derma rollers I've tried, my favorite is from Jen Amber. She has a whole selection of derma rollers on her website. I'll have it listed down below. If you can't find a particular size of derma roller, or if you want to try a really good derma roller, check out Jen Amber. These Colleen Rothschild body butters, I really like them. And you guys know I'm not a real high-end girl. I just kind of go with what works. These are wonderful. I got these, gosh, probably about a year ago, so I'm not even sure if she carries them anymore. However, I have used the heck out of this one. This is the Honey Vanilla. And what it is I kind of treat it like perfume, like a solid perfume, and I put a little bit like on my neck area and, my wrist. It is so lovely, and the scent is absolutely absolutely yummy. And it's great for traveling because it's not going to leak like a regular perfume. This is a really good body cream. It's the AHA 12%. It's an exfoliating body lotion. So if you have, crinkly parts other than your face, I know I do. This is a nice little lotion because it helps to exfoliate, firm your skin up a little bit. It's really hydrating. I'm pretty sure you can just get this off of Amazon. I'll try to find a link for it and put it down below. So we've got this all handled. Gosh, that went a lot quicker than I thought. I was really dreading it. I thought it was going to take several hours, and it just didn't take even an hour. It was pretty doggone quick. So what I've held out are my AM and PM skincare buckets. You guys know that's how I do it. I've got my Kapari deodorant, my Haielle Haircare products, of course my Invisicrepe body balm for my neck, and a little bit of dry shampoo when I don't have my hair freshly washed. My hair care products and jewelry that I'll be using before I leave. And this bucket right here is some things that I'm going to need for a video that I'm filming next week. So that was pretty doggone quick. So done and done. I'm feeling like a happy camper. So as I mentioned, I'm trying to not ship but a few boxes. So what I'm doing with the boxes that I'm packing up right now is I'm coding them. So what I'm doing is I'm writing the contents of the box on it with just the consonants. So it's kind of a code for me. So if I end up shipping it, no one's really going to know what's in the box. So I'm noting what's in the box and how much the box weighs, because I can go online to the calculator for the United States Post Office or UPS and figure out how much it's going to be to ship the box and to find out if it's worth shipping or if I should just try to find space for it in the car. Well, the time has finally come to start packing up the makeup in my studio. And there's really two areas that I'm going to focus on today. The first is my 2-try buckets. And if you haven't seen this before, what I do, or the organizational system that I have put into place, is that I have these buckets. They're not very glamorous, but they're certainly useful. And when I pick up makeup, whether I order online or buy in store, this is where the makeup goes so that I know that it's kind of on deck for me to test it and try it. So face items are here. Eye makeup is here. This is lipstick and lip products. And then this last bucket here is my review bucket. So when I have tried something and I have an opinion, it goes in the review bucket. So I kind of know where I am, because goodness knows, look at that amount of makeup. If I didn't have a review bucket, there's no way that I would remember. The other area I'll be focusing on today is my actual makeup collection. This is makeup that I end up keeping, that I love, and that I use in regular rotation. Again, not very glamorous, but this system has been so very organized and convenient. Up top here, I have my lipsticks. And as you can see, the buckets themselves are not very full. Now, they were overflowing about a month and a half ago, but I went through and really cleaned out my lipstick collection. You can see right here, this super glamorous plastic container holds my higher end lipsticks that I just love, my Natasha Denona and of course my Huda Beauty lipsticks. And then the rest of the lipsticks, mostly drugstore brand, are down here, and I have them separated into buckets. So P is for pink. This used to say N, or I actually think the label is in the back, for neutrals, and then R is for reds. So packing up my lipsticks should be fairly easy because I really have pared it down to the lipsticks I really love. Down on the other shelves are different types of makeup. Right here are primers and makeup sprays, setting sprays. Here I have the foundations that I enjoy and I have kept in my collection. And this bucket is probably the one with the most product in it. This is bronzers, blushes, and highlights. I think when I set up my studio in the new house, I'm going to go ahead and separate that out into 3 different buckets, because right now there's just a lot of product in there that I have to dig through when I'm looking for a particular blush, highlight, or bronzer. Down below here in this larger bucket, I have my eyeshadow palettes. And again, I actually went through and cleaned that out, gosh, maybe 5 or 6 months ago. My daughter Heather took some and I've donated the rest. So this is today's project. Wish me luck. I'm hoping to fit all this makeup into one moving box that I can actually take with me in the truck. It's early morning and I'm at the park with little Lucy Lou. She's engaging in her favorite activity, which is rolling around on the grass and having a great time. Lucy, hi puppy. We're here really early because I'm meeting my dear friend Richard from the hiking club for our goodbye breakfast, which is bittersweet. Richard has been such a wonderful friend, and we have had these what we call sit rep breakfasts a couple of times a month for a while now. And sit rep stands for situation report. He and I are both really interested in current events. His focus is different than mine, so we would meet for breakfast a couple times a month. He would share what he knew, I would share what I knew, and we would kind of inform each other and just have a great time. So we're having our final breakfast this morning. It's kind of bittersweet for me, as I mentioned. One of the cool things is that Richard's girlfriend he met in the hiking club. So it's kind of fun for me that I was a little bit instrumental in his relationship. So that makes me happy that that expanded his life. This is the park that little Lucy Lou and I come in the morning after she's had her breakfast. She generally eats half her breakfast and then we come to the park and she eats the rest of it when she gets home. The cool thing for me is with the new place, we can walk right out the door because the dog walking street, like the really popular dog walking street that is canopied in trees and just in the most beautiful neighborhood, is like half a block from my new place. So I'm looking forward to that. I got a comment on one of my vlogs that has really made me think, and I wanted to just kind of talk about it today as we wrap up. And that is that someone said, you're renting this place, you're probably only going to be there for a year. Why are you going to spend money on the landscaping? And I think that's a really good question, and probably one that I would mull over if I heard this story from someone else. And the reason is that I'm going to be living there. This is going to be my home, and I want it to look nice and pretty. And because I know a little bit about landscaping and plants and that sort of thing, I'm going to be judicious about what I put in the ground and what I put in containers that I can then take with me. But the fact is that I love gardening, and I am so excited to be able to work outside in the garden again. I haven't had that for quite a number of years, and gardening has always been a huge part of my life. It started when I was just a little girl, and I can remember my grandmother always had a garden. We ate out of the garden almost all our vegetables and fruits. And I don't think I bought a store-bought jar of pickles until I was in my early 20s, and gosh, I was not impressed. And they were so expensive, I remember that. I just loved my grandmother's pickles a lot better. I can even remember when I was maybe 8, 9, sitting on the back porch with my grandmother plucking chickens. A more homegrown life is really something that speaks to me because it really was how I grew up. So I'm excited to get there and start really working in the yard and the garden. And in addition, growing there is going to help me understand how to grow a meaningful garden and landscape if I decide to buy a house in that area, because it's a completely different climate. I was gardening in California. This is a warm climate, but it's much more humid and the growing season is longer. I'm going to learn so much from experimenting in that environment. I really am very excited about it. And you know, this is not the first time that I have planted plants in an area where I knew it was just going to be a little bit of a legacy. When my daughter was living up in Northern California, she was in a little town called Fort Bragg. One of the years for her birthday, I bought her a beautiful rose plant. I don't remember the exact name of the rose, but it was yellow and then it kind of transitioned into a tangerine color, into then a beautiful red. It was just gorgeous. And we planted that out in front of a house that she was renting that had some beautiful landscaping and gardening. I knew when I got that rose for her that it wasn't going to be something that we were going to live with for a long time that it was going to be kind of a little memento that she could leave there, and then she and I could go back at a later date and see the rose that we planted and have the memories behind that. So I like that. I like leaving a space more beautiful than I found it. I think that there's really value in that. Today is my breakfast with my dear friend Richard, and then I'm going to the Reno Rodeo with my dear friend Patty. So I'm kind of wrapping up with my friends here in town. It's exciting to see my friends. It's exciting to think about my new life, so it's all good in my world. I want to thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and gosh, I appreciate you. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.